Hey guys, welcome to episode 20 of the Ikigai podcast. um, I am Kevin, one of your co-hosts, and I am here with.
Hey, it's me, Brian.
Hi, it's me, on. I won't lie, Kevin, you like caught me off guard because you're like we were talking previously before, then you went straight into it. I was like, what the
Oh, I actually just speed
it caught
running.
me off guard.
Actually, just
Oh
speed
Yeah.
man,
running.
yeah. I mean,
But
things are ramping up at the end of the school year, I guess.
yeah, school has been
Um,
quite busy for us. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
And speaking of school, I'm graduating soon.
As am I. So that's a double.
Guess I'm the only one that's
Yeah.
not graduating.
Yeah, don't you can graduate from the company.
Oh, true?
Hey,
Oh no! Don't say
Alright,
that.
goodbye guys.
peace,
Last
yo.
episode of
No.
being it.
But in all seriousness, with so many finals, especially for Brian and they have finals way earlier than I do, but I also have AP exams and stuff like that, and so we've been quite busy just trying to figure ourselves out, juggle things. I know previously we said that we're gonna take our time to do to work on other projects, which we haven't been able to do. Gonna be completely transparent there. Have not
Yeah.
touched on it at all. This project that
Mhm.
we speak of, but
Yeah.
we do have ideas that we want to do, and hopefully during the summer we kind of force ourselves to do it.
hmm
But again, it is nice for us to just have this break to just breathe.
I don't even
Uh,
think I'm breathing at the
Yeah.
moment, to be honest.
well, yeah,
Not the time.
it would be worse if we had to work on uploading stuff. So,
I'm
Well,
just constantly on like emergency life support.
as
yeah,
At least the
always.
battery is still alive on it.
exactly. But
So
we do have I do have one thing that I want to upload, so that is coming in the works.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I
and
think something that I think we kind of like are kind of like looking into as well, or at least like might have like brought up on occasion is just like starting off with like just smaller shit. Because I feel like we've been very very ambitious, and we do have to be with our projects, but I think it's also important to pace ourselves as well and
yeah.
kind of work our way up.
And seeing how some of the essays actually do well, I actually thinking about transitioning some of my anime essays into Ikigai a little bit, or promote it through it in some sort
Yeah,
of way. So be able to look towards that.
yeah. It's
Especially
just a lot of like.
because
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
oh yeah, there is an essay that I really want to finish. It's pretty time restrictive, mostly because it is. So hopefully I can bomb that out close ish.
for lack of
Um,
better wording.
but I don't know. We honestly we've been so busy that we forgot that we had to do a May podcast.
Yeah,
You
it
didn't
was
need to
literally
let
like
them know that.
almost last minute, if not completely last minute.
Yeah, and
It's okay.
I'm editing this on Sunday and uploading it on Monday, so you could see
Yeah,
how last minute this is.
yeah,
Um, Granted, I still have to do work too, so also
yeah.
last minute that thing too.
Mhm.
Um, but we've been doing well though for ourselves
Yeah.
for the most
Mhm.
part ish.
If you guys are wondering, yeah, just a lot of cool, interesting things that are going on and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
and as you can tell, we are definitely stalling for a topic.
Oh, we're not. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
sure, sure,
oh
sure.
yeah,
We're just gonna keep talking, try to find something. I'm stalling my best that I can. Just jump in whenever. Come on, please. Just come up with topic while I stall. But anyways, you guys didn't hear that. I for sure know that. But
oh man,
there are also yeah, there are definitely things that I wanna showcase. I know I talked to Brian about this. And I still gotta keep on the down low, but I am making a system for a role playing game or a tabletop role playing game to
hmm
TRPG,
yeah,
and so I hope to share that with you guys as well once I get
yeah,
everything sorted out and I can show it to you guys.
hmm
And just like display the system because I think it's a very interesting thing that not a lot of people really talk about, and so look towards that as well on the upcoming plans to do.
Mm-hmm.
And also because this is on a time crunch, I'm probably not going to have timestamps. Because I'd
Mm,
rather just edit it, render it, and then upload it, and then do my homework. Um,
Yeah.
but if I do
yeah,
have time, I
fair.
will try to work on that stuff as well. But for the most part, that is covering everything to do with updates, I think, unless you guys have something to input as well.
Uh,
Uh,
well, kinda. I mean, I don't think we fully. I mean, obviously, we can't talk about it in detail, but big things coming this summer, obviously, like Kevin said. Uh,
Hopefully.
well, okay, we say big things coming this summer, more like big things coming in fall season. We're gonna use the summer
yeah, we're using
to
the summer, I should say, to like, yeah, plan and do everything, and then
like work that
release
in, and
something.
then hopefully we can
Yeah, in
show
fall
you guys.
is that's when we're gonna have stuff probably to showcase, but it's not going to be as big as something like down the line of next summer, which is probably when you guys will probably see the results of a lot of stuff. But we'll definitely talk about it more during the fall season.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed. It's just a lot of things going on, and on top of Kevin bringing out his role playing game system, I'm finally gonna hop back on mine, which I played with these two, and the
What's
last
up?
session hasn't happened in the last
2, 3 years?
Uh, 2 years, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Not
two
even two.
years.
I'm pretty sure it's not even 2 years.
No,
Oh,
the last session was actually in 2020.
yeah. Oh my god.
Hey yo.
So a lot of procrastination on my part there, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's fine. I mean, unfortunately for you guys won't ever see it because again, we like to use a lot of music and stuff, and so that means a lot of copyright stuff. So usually when we do like tabletop gaming sessions, they'll never be on here, but we'll talk about them. And if you guys are interested, we could do
We
some
might, yeah,
recaps.
we could do some stuff with it. Yeah,
Yeah, and like explain like what we're
Sure.
doing, but for the most part, no sessions
yeah,
sad for you guys.
yeah. For us, it's amazing,
Yeah,
but
for us that means we don't have to worry about fucking recording and accidentally doxing our stuff because we're recording fucking Chrome and then we might fucking.
Yeah, I mean, half the time I wish we recorded more often because there are some really really good sessions that
mm,
I would
Yeah,
love to like look back and record it. Some of the crazy stuff would happen at like 1 a.m.
yeah,
Or who knows, man.
yeah. I mean, yeah, our sessions are pretty cool, like in general. I mean, Project Lamb is based on one of our sessions that we have going on right now,
yep,
um, or that Brian has going on right now,
yep.
with us. But
Mhm.
anyways, oh, you know what's funny actually?
What's
Uh,
that?
I was in school, right, and apparently it's Teacher Appreciation Week this week.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
So during one of my classes, creative writing class, my teacher was like, "Oh yeah, that it's coming up," and so one of the our things that we're supposed to do for class, or not supposed to do, but what she wanted to do was write 2 letters to 2 of our teachers, right?
mm,
And of course, like a lot of people, I feel like are just gonna write like, "Oh yeah, thanks for this," and like very stale, right? But I actually took the time to actually be like, you know what? Let's actually appreciate our teachers for once.
Oh yeah.
Um,
mm.
and despite it
Yeah,
being an assignment, I didn't want it to be an assignment to me, right? I want to
yeah,
make it feel like, oh, this is a chance for me to do something, right? And to actually like give some appreciation now because as much as it's like cliche to say, oh, the little things count, it really does, right?
mhm,
And I actually talked about this to one of my other teachers, right? Or not talked, but
Yeah.
wrote about it in my letter, where like
mhm.
she made us do this activity where we would go around and write compliments to each of our peers, right?
Mhm.
At random, right?
Yeah,
And we were given names, and then we wrote one thing that we liked about them. And when I got mine, I was pretty surprised, right? Obviously, some of
yeah,
them were where I was like, okay, sure, whatever, right? But it was nice to have that, and that's also why we did Thanksgiving. We went around to all of our friends and gave them notes. I think we talked about
mm,
that on a podcast before.
I mean, we're definitely
yeah,
gonna try to cover that more, possibly in
mhm,
the future.
hmm
yeah,
So yeah, and so that's why I wrote, and I was like, yeah, thank you for like giving me and showing me that opportunity. And so I guess it's also me like giving back, you know. I also did it to
Yeah.
my photography teacher, which I actually kind of shouted out the channel, so you know. Hey yo. Because she did actually say, I actually talked to you guys about this slightly, but she did say, she asked me like where I was going for college. I said I'm going to this university, right? And I'm going to study film. And she was like, "Oh, that's really nice, you know, cuz," and she was like, "Yeah, I was really happy because like you picked up photography really well." And I was just like, "Man, that actually makes me happy." And
Yeah.
so I was like, "You know what? Might as well shout out the channel so she can see like
Yeah.
what I'll do in the future and be like, yes, that's my student, baby.
Wait,
I
so
taught.
does she follow us or something?
No, I wrote in the letter for appreciation teacher appreciation week,
Well,
and my
is
teacher's
it?
gonna give them out this week. So
He
Oh.
asked, please follow Ikigai Studios on YouTube.
no, at the
Oh,
bottom I
shoot.
put like, oh yeah, here's you can find us on YouTube. Sorry for the sorry for the shout out, but you know that's how marketing gotta be. Like,
The selfless plug.
Yeah.
yep. I was like, yeah, sorry for the plug.
It's okay.
But yeah, so it's kind of insane though. Like everything's coming down and like I don't know. There's a lot to be thinking about,
Yeah,
and it's
especially as like the years coming to an end as well. Just like in general, right?
see,
I mean, like, yeah. Go ahead.
like how to explain? I have like a lot of things planned for like the end of the year, right? Of course. But like it's
Mhm.
kind of like frightening to see it like, oh shit. I've been playing this from like the beginning of the year and now it's like, oh shit, you know, I have like it's coming down to the wire now.
Yeah.
Um and of course, I mean, sure, if Sebastian's watching this, sure, go ahead. But you might want to skip this one, Sebastian.
Oh,
Um, but I do plan on making a video for my friends, like Un did last year. Um, yeah, dude, it's so weird. I remember Un wasn't here for May. I just realized
Wasn't
I
here
wasn't
for.
what?
you weren't here for the May podcast last year because of
Oh,
Wait, was
graduation.
really?
it? Wait.
Yeah, for
Oh,
graduation.
yeah,
Oh
Because
right.
you were working
Oh
on
shit,
your
my
you're right.
project.
god. Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's
it's
been a
Wow.
while. It's been a while. What the heck? It's been a year
Wow,
already.
the fact
Okay.
that you remember that is crazy.
yeah. I mean, because like I got inspired by Un's you know, just like wanting to make a video for his friends, which I do. Dude, you know what? I'm so sad because I couldn't go to one of my friends' birthday, or they combined like their birthdays because they're really close by, and they went out this Saturday, and I wanted to go out with them, but I couldn't because you know, unlucky. But you know, uh, what was it? But the main reason why I was sad, right? Because of course I had obligations to do at home, so that takes priority, my family and stuff. But what
Hmm.
made me sad, right, was because I have a whole list of pictures, right, that
Hmm.
I took, and then also that my friends put on Discord, and I downloaded them, right, and I have all of them in a Google Photos album, right,
Hmm.
Hey,
and so that's what I'm going to use. And dude, there's 200 like 50 photos in here. That's
Oh, damn.
insane, dude. And I'm just sad that I couldn't take more pictures during their birthday. So unfortunate.
Hmm.
I also want to take some Polaroids, but you know, unfortunate too. It just happens though.
are you thinking about doing a skit?
Yeah, I actually think,
Oh.
or not really a skit. I actually want to do a Jujutsu Kaisen second ED type of vibe thing.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yo.
Do you need our help with like
Hey
people
yo,
Anything?
and
of
time?
course I do, baby. Of course I do.
Well, yeah. All right, let's plan it out. Not like last time where we did it within like a day.
Yo,
Yeah,
this podcast is
on.
just this split it out. No, but I'll save that for I mean, we can
Another
plan that
time.
out when finals are done.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ, finals. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But anyways, if any of you guys are graduating, make the most of it. Trust me, it is more fun that way.
Yeah. Also, it's like, in a way, like, I feel like it's not, like, mentioned as often, but you definitely lose, like, aspects of yourself in a way when you do graduate.
Hmm.
Like I feel like people don't like talk about that as often because like graduation, you're either you're going to be a college student or you're going to be an actual functioning adult. But it's like and it's cause for celebration, no doubt about it. But it's like I'm sitting here just thinking, oh shit, I'm gonna have to like I actually have to go job hunting. I have to be responsible with my life and stuff while also trying to
Yeah.
maintain this dream and the goal of Ikigai
Yeah.
Studio. And it's in a way it's like I don't know if I've come to take those punches or not yet.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
Because
this is us coming from like a very privileged perspective, and like we don't
hmm
mean to like downplay people who are actually forced to like be more responsible in their early life,
yeah,
right?
oh
Because
absolutely,
because
respect to those people who make
yeah, I
the
mean, like me and Brian, like we, it's so embarrassing because like it's so stupid, but we actually haven't had like an actual job, like an actual job where we had to apply.
yeah or like yeah not only that we let's it didn't have to apply. It wasn't like a consistent type beat.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, and I think it's like it's pretty obvious as to why. Kevin and I are by nature artists. We like to follow our own schedules to build up to this really cool thing that we were making, and
Yeah.
then
And we're also very privileged to have
oh,
parents that like did not give a shit and was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll help you pay for this or whatever," right?
yeah,
Obviously, like I do feel guilty sometimes, right? And like,
and
but like,
that's kind of yeah. Interestingly, where that's where a part of the pressure lies. That okay, like I'm wasting away here.
hmm
And I don't want that. I don't want that for myself.
Right.
I don't want to be the guy who just sits down and just be like, oh, I'm gonna use my parents'
yeah,
money
I don't
on
want to be
my
that asshole,
AAA
right?
birthday. I don't. Yeah, I don't want to be
But
that
like, what's
asshole.
also like kind of weird, right? Is that this, like, EEI Studios is also kind of that like excuse in a way, right? Where like,
Yeah,
you know, we don't want to work, and so why don't we get a job that makes us not work?
yeah. In a way, let's just get a
Meanwhile,
job that's like that's fun for us.
Yeah. And it's
Because
also the fact that like we
yeah,
have our parents to be like, okay, they'll help pay for our college, right? And
mm,
while we do something that doesn't even make us money. It's like I
yeah.
kind of feel bad, but it's also like
And
I want to
and
do
now
it,
it's
but
like
it's like
we have
ah,
to scramble to like get results out of it.
yeah.
I feel like results will come. That's the problem, though. We're definitely not going to be overnight. And in a way, I kind of am glad that it's not overnight. Also, yeah, I
Yeah,
did
right. It takes
recently
time to
start.
develop.
Yeah, I did recently start a job, and even though it's not the traditional like part-time job, holy crap, I am in pain.
Oh yeah, you want to
Yeah.
talk about it?
Oh, well, probably not actually. It
Yeah.
does have to
Oh,
do
that
with.
does remind me that about a job I'm thinking of, and I've mentioned it before that, but like I might have mentioned it before actually. I know I definitely mentioned it to you guys on the podcast.
Yeah.
Teaching. I might wanna go into that, and I know a lot of people think like, or at least say it's a bad idea. My parents definitely, when I proposed it to them, they were like, huh, okay, that's a backup though, right? And I'm like, yeah,
It's backup,
yeah,
right?
backup.
Right, of course,
Of
yeah.
course, just like this, like yeah, yeah, this is a backup. Mm-hmm.
So,
Manga.
but it's funny because like the more I guess like talk about it, I guess the more they're like, okay, sure. Which is it's
Yeah.
kind of I will say the conversations we have with at least me and our mom and dad is just it flip flops a lot and it's just kind of funny in a way.
Mm.
I
But
think they given
in
up
any
on us.
oh
I feel like
dear.
if they really gave up on you, you would not be going to school.
I don't think they've given up on us. I think they just like kind of gonna sigh and just be like, yeah, okay, I'm
Benefit
just
of a
gonna have
doubt,
to
I
deal
think.
with it. Yeah, it's like
You better
they've
make
been
money.
dealt. It's just the hand they've been dealt, and they have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, but yeah, I've always, I guess, been interested in things like teaching and stuff like that. Like you see it constantly in anime as like teachers are like just as a really interesting kind of job. Like
Uh-huh.
where you get to interact with people and help them through life that they might not know how to deal with. Like I'm talking
Uh,
things like Assassination Classroom or like what else is like a really really good show that like
Oh, domestic girlfriend.
uh, but I don't
yes
know.
absolutely, but
That,
like you know what I mean though.
yeah, I mean the thing is,
You just
like,
had to bring that up, Kevin. Fuck you.
see, I am very open to like tutoring like older kids. I'm tutoring much younger children, and
Yeah.
oh, oh
Oh dear.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just very hard because
Yeah.
I don't really relate to them, not because like I not in a way where it's like I forgot what it's like to be a kid, but that I was a very nice kid. I was a very quiet kid,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely
and
can
I
relate
was,
to this quiet kids where it's just like, yeah, I feel you, but I
yeah.
don't know
I
how
think
to help you anyways.
it's just oh, what is it? It's very worrying because I'm like, am I being a good teacher? Especially because haven't taught like professionally before, so I'm like, am I a good teacher? I
Mm.
don't want to fail them. Don't want to set them up for failure. I feel like teachers are unsung heroes many times.
Oh yeah.
Especially, I mean, like good teachers are unsung heroes. I mean, even ones that struggles are still unsung heroes in a way.
hmm
Uh, we that's a rabbit hole we get.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole that let's not go into
Because
Yeah.
that.
Kevin has a lot to say about that.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Don't worry, they heard enough. They heard enough.
But
Oh.
no, but yeah, like what is it? You like it is scary going back to like people who are graduating because I have a lot of friends who after high school they kind of just became wanderers or like floaters. I don't know what the right word for it is. They kind of just float around, just taking side
Uh,
That
jobs and
I think there is a term for it. I'm just forgetting it right
I
now.
don't there is a term for it, but I don't know like the English version.
yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, but it's just they kind of just go around and vibe, and I'm like, holy crap, you're right. Like we used to be so on schedule because we were forced to high school throughout like what is it, age 6 to age 18. It's like
Hmm.
what is it, 80% of our life. I didn't do the math. Don't quote me on that. But going right out the bat, like they kind of shove the decision. They like go to college, get the 4 year degree, or go to job, get a job right away. Like, I mean, people would be like, face it, that's life. And I'm like, man,
Fuck
could it be? Couldn't we get more healthy
that.
in this economy? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, speaking of like floating around, dude, I oh my god, the amount of friends that just like oh my like this is not like to shame them or whatever, right? Because like obviously I would do it too, right? But like some internal part of me is just like I can't let my mom down like this. But like they like I know some of my friends, right, who are like really smart, right? Just don't give a fuck anymore about school. Like
Uh,
I know one of my friends almost skipped the entire week of school. My other
oh
friend
damn.
skipped like multiple days this month, or I guess in the
Hmm.
month of April.
Yeah.
And of course, for like skippable days, right, where like he knew he wasn't gonna do anything. But like I
hmm
don't know, it feels so weird to see my friend skip because like in the past like 3 years, they've
hmm
always attended class no matter what, right? But
Yeah.
Kevin,
like now it's just like senioritis moment, and I'm
you
like,
sound like such a good kid. Same with your friends. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, they skipped a week, and while some people out there, it's like, yeah, we just didn't go to school anymore.
yeah, I know, but to me it's just like so weird, right?
How
And
sweet.
it's that idea of just like, man, everyone's just like fucking chilling, floating around right now.
I
And
don't
then you look
mind
at
it.
like adults and they're like, how the fuck do they have their life together?
They don't. That's the cool fact.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
true.
secret. Yeah.
Like
The hidden
half the
card.
time, yeah, half the time I ask like older people, they're like, no, no, I don't
And
have
I'm
that.
just, and then I sit here and be like, That is not helpful. Yeah, I hope you realize that.
They'll just be like, "Yeah, you managed," and I'm like, "Oh man,
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
I mean, hey.
taxes, right?" Do I sound like an adult now?
I think so. I think
Tax
so.
The IRS, am I right?
IRS got nothing. I'm kidding. Don't,
Yo.
don't come after me. Hey, I pay my tax. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay. No
Would
need
I
to.
have to not get caught by the IRS that night?
I hear a bang on my door. I'm just like,
Bop,
oh
bop, bop.
shoot!
Oh
Oh
my
no, it's the
god.
IRS.
But yeah, I mean,
Uh,
like, I've been watching streamers and like, to quote a streamer, streamers are just big adult babies. I can't be one of those. I can't wait to be one of those. Is what I meant to say.
oh, okay.
Woo.
That came out a lot more different than I
I know.
thought.
I
Yeah.
missed the word there. I'm like half tired right now. I'm sorry, but I am
Yeah,
like
but
half hyper, half not.
I mean, hey, I mean, again, we're ranking up to the end of the school year, so it's like
yeah.
everything's kind of a rush, everything's kind of a blur. Because you look back and it's so interesting to think about that perspective, right? Where it's like it's only 3 years or it's only 4 years, and like you just standing here right now, you look back and it's just all a blur.
Hmm.
And then in a way, it's interesting because the moment you hit that point of graduation, right, or like the multiple points, you kind of start to realize like an idea of a future, which oh man, I'm going into a rabbit hole myself, but like
Right.
like it's because I think about like yes, you have your 20s, your 30s, right? And then you think about like your far future, your 50s, 60s, 70s if you make it that far. And then you kind of wonder like okay, you look back here now and it's like what the fuck's going to your sense of time just gets like so screwed and I don't know, it feels it makes you really think and it makes you feel just I don't know that you're both simultaneously in and out of the moment, which is I feel like in a way sad, It- like sad in like a personal way, not like a oh that's so sad to think you know.
Hmm.
Yeah. A lot of different
Have you guys
things.
ever thought about like life like that in a way?
In a way, yeah, I do feel a sense of melancholy, especially because I lose track of a lot of friends. Because a lot of times, people do say that when you grow up, you really just have like that friend, or like
Yeah. Oh,
you
and I
really
guess
check up with.
yeah, and in the connection to that as well, it's like it almost in a way almost dispels like any fears you would have right about your future because it's like the objective is oh okay just live until 50 and then you'll look back and think okay you know
Yeah. Ah,
Yeah. I mean, also in
because
a weird way, I'm like kind of melancholy of the future, in a weird way,
oh yeah
where
no
like,
I get what you mean
you know, I answer like, okay, the what ifs, right? Like, okay, what if all the things I say are true, right? Like, I get to do this, I get to be this, right? And I think about it, I'm just like, man, like just looking back at like what I could accomplish, right? In a weird
mm-hmm.
way, right? Seeing like, damn, I could be there, right? And I could look back on myself and just be like, wow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of
wow.
weird. It's
Yeah
Wow.
like, like the moments where like I don't know, like you go like you know those moments where like you talk with your friends and then you like say some fucking weird shit, right? Like
yeah
some off canny shit. Like I know me and my friends were like, yeah, I kind of want to go like Greece one day, and I was like, yeah, you know what? One day we should just like plan a trip and let's just fucking go, right? And
mm.
like thinking about that makes me kind of like sad in a way, right? Where it's just like
Mm.
if we do get to that point, right? Like
yeah
how far have we come to actually reach that?
right
And to me, it's kind of like jarring in that sense, right? Where it's just like, wow,
mm-hmm.
like that, like I don't know. And I think that's why traveling's so cool to me, right? Is because
yeah
you do make these like great grand memories of going somewhere
mm-hmm.
new, going somewhere different, right? And then,
Mm-hmm. You're being exposed to an entirely new environment that you may or may not be
Mm.
familiar with
hmm
but at the very least you're getting a new perspective on the world around you
yeah, it's also the fact that that place also changes, and like when you're at home, you actively see the changes through your home, right?
Yeah, the gradual changes, and it kind of becomes a blur, right?
Mm-hmm. And so it kind of just feels like nothing has happened. But once you go somewhere, right, experience that, and then leave that, you're like, it totally is like two completely different things, right? You
Yeah,
really associate that journey to a time period, and I think that's so
yeah.
cool.
Hmm. Yeah, the way we perceive that kind of experience.
Mm-hmm.
In a
Can't
way,
wait.
what? Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just about to say. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just realizing how this all too like connects or and relates to fucking a place further than the universe. And I
Mm.
think it's an interesting one because it's like there's nothing about it about like graduation or like you know or like in a way the things we're doing right now don't really. There's some connection there, but it's like marginally, you know. But
Yeah.
like, I think what's interesting about it is something that at least under the scope talks about. That's the wake up call, and I feel like that's just something we're at least somewhat experiencing, if not like
Mm.
a slow version of it. Just
Yeah.
like kind of the urge to be like, or the knowledge that you might not be doing enough, or just like or you want to do more and just
I
kind of
think,
seeking that and
yeah,
trying to find the path to it.
I think that's always the case for a lot of people. I feel like it's both a good and bad mindset because you keep being like, dang, I didn't do that. Then you're disappointed. A lot of
Hmm.
times, all you need to do is just like, I see these around a lot, and they're quite comforting. Where it's like, whenever you go to sleep, just be proud of yourself that you got up today, did stuff, you
Mm.
existed, and that was enough. I think
Yeah, yeah, that is a
that's
very, I think, valid and powerful message, right? The idea that existence is valid,
yeah.
you know?
But,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, it's always good because people dream. They always like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and well, that's great. But a lot of times, because we hold ourselves up to like that sort of so many things going on at once, you kind of just lose track of what you like can do in the moment.
Mm.
Hmm.
You keep looking forward so far that you don't really notice what's going on as you're walking, you trip over like a step right in front of you when you're trying to look
Hmm.
I don't know, 100 feet ahead of you.
Hmm.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not good either.
Yeah.
But man, I didn't expect to get so
Yeah.
sad
I mean,
today.
that's my fault right there.
I
Nah,
mean,
you good.
in a weird
Uh,
analogy way, um, it's kind of like vlogging to me, right?
Hmm.
hmm,
And like, if you guys have seen my vlogs, I feel like some parts are good, some parts are very inconsistent, right?
Yeah.
But it's also the idea where I don't like it's just like snaps, right? Usually, it doesn't feel like one video. It feels like snaps of a event, right?
Hmm.
And honestly, I don't like that style of vlogging, in my opinion. But anyways, back to like how it relates to an analogy. Um, to me, it's like when I'm vlogging, right? I'm doing that for the future, right? As a
Yeah.
symbol to look back upon, right?
Hmm.
And to that, it's like that's a goal, right? That's a like pretend that's a dream, right? That that thing that you do for the future, right?
Hmm.
That's what I'm doing with vlogging, right? But then because I'm doing that, because I'm vlogging, I don't get to experience it as a whole, right? It's the
Yeah.
idea that like when you watch a video of vlog, right? You get to see these like interesting shots, right? Of like,
Mm.
oh, this guy's walking down the street, right? And he just leaves the camera behind, right? That scene.
Hmm.
But like as a vlogger, you got to go back and get that camera, right? And so you
Yeah.
don't actually experience that walk. You give someone
Mm.
else the experience of that walk, right?
Right.
And to me, when I'm vlogging, it's like when I'm not vlogging, I get to experience the vlog that other people see, right? But when I
Hmm.
am vlogging, I'm creating that experience for someone else.
Yeah.
And building up this dream sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guess like when I'm vlogging, versus when I'm not, it's going towards my dream versus being there in the moment. And
Mhm.
I think that's like weirdly enough something that like people don't understand about like vlogging sometimes, right? Is
Mhm.
that vlogging is fucking hard
Yeah.
because of those things, right?
Mhm.
And so I guess like
Yeah.
the main question, right, is that like do I keep the way of doing things because it is a half and half balance? Or is it like just me not being able to like do both,
You
right?
can try
Mhm.
for a GoPro.
I actually want a GoPro, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
wait, I might have an old one lying around somewhere. I can dig it up. But I feel like that's why people do like uh those POV videos because they can experience it themselves, but they're also filming it at the same time, so they don't have to like lose out on trying to
Yeah,
get the
definitely.
angle because they have the camera can just catch the angle of like, ooh, you're looking through their eyes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like that's true. Like especially, I mean, we've been planning this for a while. Japan trip, wow, woo, not happening anytime soon because COVID. But
Yeah.
uh,
Hey, the
I mean,
demonetization word
yeah,
right
there's
there.
definitely going to be moments where we vlog, make it for you guys. Then, obviously, it's going to be time off camera. We just enjoy it ourselves.
Yeah.
Keep it
Yeah.
hard, but not a
Mhm.
lot of time.
I mean, that's also why I'm kind of glad we didn't go, is because I'm still trying to like understand vlogging in that sense,
Yeah.
where it's like it's because like I've been doing commentary like video commentary for such a long time that like I'm used to it, right?
Mhm.
But shit, man, vlogging is it really is like going into like just going back from the start where like I had to learn, right? Where
Yeah.
like usually I keep like the phone to like my chest, right? Or like below my chest when I'm like recording, right?
Mhm.
But like cuz I'm a small person, that's fucking annoying, right? To some people because you literally get to see like a foot lower than what like you should be seeing on my level, right? And I'm already small as a person, so like you're basically looking at someone's feet at that point.
Yeah.
And also I do that because I'm also embarrassed at recording in public, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's also the fact that like I'm like half and half in the moment, half where like I'm doing the vlog, and then half where I'm recording the experience without really caring about the vlog.
Mhm.
And so half the experience is good sometimes, and then the other half of the video is terrible. It's just like vlogging is hard in that
Yeah.
sort of sense. But
Mhm.
maybe it's
Ah,
because I have a phone and I'm so used to like holding a phone a certain way. But that's an excuse, and I don't think that's why. But it's also like like it's so hard because it's
Yeah.
not like when you press the record button, you're recording, right? But when you're vlogging, you gotta understand that you're vlogging, but you're also with your friends, so you also gotta like be normal.
Yeah.
hmm.
Be in the moment with them. Yeah.
I feel like that is an issue I have from time to time. When I know there's a camera, I act very differently than if there wasn't a camera.
Yeah. I mean,
Partially
people
because
have to,
they're
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just there's a side of me that I'm comfortable with showing friends, but then there's a side of me where I'm just like, I don't
Yeah.
have to be on camera.
Yeah. I will say that is the same for me as well. Just like even in like college and like my friends like in college versus my like you guys.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I feel like it's like I kind of get the idea of a mask from them as well because I feel like for them it's for when I'm talking to like say college friends or stuff I put more of a facade because I know I have to hold back a little bit
Mm.
because otherwise I would be saying some how do I put like stuff that they wouldn't know about or get.
Yeah, you'd be
Sometimes
talking
like
about some fucking weird ass shit, and they'll be
yeah
like, "The fuck is this guy on?"
yeah and it's like I will say it's how do I put this it's made it interesting when it comes to being social in college because I can now know I can be social, but there are also moments where I just choose not to be and
Mm.
just like not talk to people or like just and I guess that is somewhat sad in a way because it's like it's in a way my own refusal to make friends in college or at
Yeah.
least go more in depth with that. But I don't know. It in a way it's almost like cold of me to do, but it's like it's like a not a resource, like a commitment,
Yeah.
that I have to like invest into, and I already have and in a way that's kind of the not the flaw, but the the burden that comes with trying to do a big goal, such as Ikigai Studios. You do need to manage your time and manage and commit to certain things.
Yeah. You also get
Yeah.
very tired more often, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Like,
mean, it doesn't help. I'm an introvert as well, so it's like,
yeah. I mean, ever since we have started this channel, right? Like, even when I'm not uploading or like editing, it weighs me down. Like, it makes me tired.
yeah,
Because I used to just be like, today's a gaming time, woo, game, 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 right? And like chill, chill, chill. But now it's also
Uh-huh.
like, oh man, my shoulders are getting a little stiff.
yeah. I mean,
Dude, we're
but
only
the thing is,
18.
yeah, like we enjoy it though. That's the thing, right? It's like we enjoy
Uh-huh.
the process of creation.
Mhm.
Creating something cool. But it's like, I mean, but then again, that leaves um, like very little room to do other like commitments, like building up a social life. Which I guess is the sort of excuse of why Kevin and I don't maintain a social media presence at all.
Yeah.
I tried. It's
Yeah,
time.
but and I will say it's also like the same. I guess in a way, at least what I tell myself, it's the same reason why I don't pursue a romantic relationship because that's as it sounds like a huge commitment, and it probably is from what I gather. It's and I mean maybe that'll change if I meet someone or whatever happens. But at the present moment, how the current me right now, because like I'm looking at everyone in like my college and stuff, and everyone is like you know pursuing someone,
I
or
mean,
like I was literally in like a call with one of my college peers, and they were talking about how someone was well, like they suspected someone had a crush on them, and I'm just sitting here like, okay, it's cool,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I mean,
uh,
I'm not pursuing anyone, right? But if you guys
yeah,
do want to hear a sad thought, it is that type of thing where like I sleep at night and I'm like, man, I really wish someone would hold me. Sag.
dude,
no,
every day,
I
every
get you,
night,
dude. I
every
get
night,
you,
every
man.
night,
Like,
Especially when I'm listening to like Violet Evergarden music, I'm like, man.
yeah, like
dude.
I just want to either hold someone, right, or someone to hold me because like it's that sense of just like
It's intimacy. It's
Yeah,
safe. You
it's
feel
more.
safe.
Yeah. It's
I feel
gotten
like
to the
that's
point
more mine.
where I like just am living vicariously through like what's it,
Ryan.
romantic songs or
Oh,
like there's like what's it. I don't know why I just suddenly got the urge to just listen to like a shit ton of Eve, and
uh
I'm sure yeah, it's like the what's it, oh man, just and
yeah.
I
I'm just like yeah,
I live vicariously through mangas, like a ton of like romance
oh yeah,
mangas.
Bro, why do you
true
think I
that,
read a lot of slice of life, okay?
yeah,
That's how
A
I get
ton
my
of them.
feel.
that's
I
how,
read all the ones that like has instant payoffs, where it's like short and sweet, and I'm just like, dang, this feels good. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah. And it's like
that's how we go, but you know what? It works.
yeah, and I think especially it's like potent for like very quiet people. I mean, this is only coming from like my experience, of course, right? Is because like
Yeah,
I'm at school, I don't like again, like I don't talk. Like when I'm talking to my friends, like my mindset is make content in a way, right? To make them laugh,
yeah,
right? It's not the
yeah,
mindset of yo, like my mindset when I'm with like you guys, right? Where it's just like, okay,
yeah,
we can get into like very interesting topics and in conversations. Not to say that my conversations with my friends aren't. It's just not
Mhm.
like
like it's
if I
not
start
street.
fucking talking about like one of the podcast topics, like they would just fucking explode. Also, probably why this podcast isn't as fucking good to some people is because like who like it's like who wants to
Yeah,
talk hear me talk about fucking yes. Like for example, one of the topics I talked about with Brian like 2 nights ago was why the fuck do you like Genshin? And like it wasn't like this or that, right? It was me like being like, who would fucking play this game ever? And like it went into like a 2 hour conversation about it. Like no one would
Yeah.
fucking do that. No, I don't think anyone would want to hear me like question someone about that.
Yeah, interrogate. More
Yeah.
like.
I mean, like half the time people watch podcasts because they want to like listen to something funny or have something easy to listen to in the background.
Yeah.
Or
Or maybe learn about like a certain opinion towards something.
yeah, or it's like I mean, a good example. I love to listen to the Octocast Peculiar Portions because of
Oh
how
yeah.
hmm
it's just buck wild. I like. I think it's just I listen to it for Simon and
And
Lewis
Lewis.
because they're just whenever one of them starts laughing, it's like the iconic like sound. It's just
Yeah. It's
we.
the yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh man.
again, because I'm not very active like that or like very, close to my friends to be able to have like these fucking 2 hour long conversations about something fucking very in depth, very personal, very subjective conversations. And it's more about like having fun, being relaxed with each other, and just like not
Mhm.
really caring.
Yeah.
I tend to be like when I'm at home and when I have time to myself, I'm just like, damn, I really wish I had a relationship where I could have both sides, right?
I
Uh-huh.
I mean, of course I do with you guys, right?
yeah.
But like, one that's like much more intimate.
Yeah, right, right.
And like, I just go to bed, I'm just like, damn, man. Damn,
Mm.
I'm lonely.
Yeah.
Sad.
Like I will say it's like it's also funny because it's like when I was young, I think I fully maybe I was like how do I put this? I wasn't expecting it, but I was like in a way anticipating that it might happen in my college years, right?
Right.
Mm,
Like something would happen. But now I'm obviously graduating and nothing's happened. So it's like it's
I,
kind of funny how it's like I'm thinking about the expectations of that and also kind of what led up to the destruction of that anticipation, you know?
I feel like it's both good and bad. Wait, hold up. This we're still talking on the topic of romantic relationships, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. It's both good and bad in a way where you guys haven't
Yeah.
dated but
hmm
have. I think I just it's like you shouldn't date in high school, man. It gets toxic. It's so bad. Everyone's like
yeah.
angsty, dude. It's so bad.
Mm.
I mean, I had my fair share, and whenever I think about it, whenever I read the manga, I'm like, huh, maybe I should consider. And then I think about it for real life, and I'm like, wait a minute, oh, that sounds tiring.
Yeah. I mean,
It's cycle, man. It's kind of sad.
you saw me fucking 6 years of my life. Fucking.
I'm sorry. That one time where I just pointed at you. That was my bad. I don't know why I did it. It was out of there's not
Oh
out
dear.
of malice.
No, you're
Brian
chill. You're
started
chill.
laughing too, dude.
You're
Oh
chill. You're
dear.
chill. You're
Yeah, it's
chill.
fine.
But like, I fucking, all that time, the payoff, not worth it. But it's
No
also like
payoff.
no payoff,
But
no
yeah,
maidens. Like,
yeah.
I spend so much of my life just like thinking about it that like I'm just like kind of done with it in
Yeah,
a
I
sense.
know what you mean. I know what
I'm so
you mean.
done thinking about it that I either just don't want to think about it or
Or, you-
want it to like happen, or I just
or
watch
just
slice
like
of life anime, which
yeah.
gives me a better payoff. Cause
I feel like I feel like that's I feel like we'll know then. Because whenever we think about it, right? And then we're like, dang, that seems really tiring, or like that seems like a lot. I feel like if we meet someone where it doesn't feel like that, where we don't feel like that, it's a tiring, it's a chore at all, then we'll know.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
But
true.
definitely.
until then,
Yeah. I mean, it's basically like in a really weird turnaround way, right? It's how we view our like passions and hobbies, right? Like we as like kids, adults, teens, whatever, right? We
Yeah,
spent like years either honing the craft or honing it to a point where it's not annoying.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
uh, or it can be annoying but it's something we enjoy, you know?
yeah.
Mhm.
That's like the greatest fear for me, right? Is that the point where I know I can like because like when again like when it's not annoying, right? It's kind of like that like damn, maybe this is the person for me, right? And this is why like I don't like making a lot of female friends because dude, like I don't want to hang out with a female friend and be like, "Dang, you know, talking to this person isn't annoying, right?" And then catch
Yeah.
feels, right? I don't want that to happen because like
I honestly, I get what you mean. I actually do get what you mean.
and this is why I'm very anxietal towards
Yeah.
women, you know, because
Yeah.
like
You
it's
got.
like you know, because like I
Yeah.
always freeze up. I don't know how to act because like I don't want to get close because if I do, I don't want to have a romantic feeling for them and always
Yeah.
think of them as a romantic person, right?
Right. Right.
Because that's just not right. They
Yeah.
should
Me
be a
too.
human. They shouldn't just be a
Yeah.
thing that
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah. They should be like a companion, but like a platonic one
Hmm.
until
I feel like
until of course you can
yeah,
until of course you want to reach out, but
right.
or vice versa. But like
Or they reach out first, and then you're like,
yeah,
oh,
but
shoot.
but when you stay in that yeah, but like it's
Uh,
interesting because when you stay in that like that idea of romanticism, right, and you might
yeah,
find yourself like enveloped in that, which yeah
Yeah.
right.
sucks.
Like I just don't want to romanticize my friend unless I know I actually like him. But like
Yeah,
it's just that like subconscious feeling in me where it's just like, you know, maybe try it. But it's like
yeah,
I don't want to go up to a person, right? And
yeah,
talk to them and have that thought behind my head cuz I just don't
hmm
think that's like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Um,
hmm
And that's why I'm like very subconscious about like when I talk to, you know, girls is that like man, am I staring too much? Am I being weird? I don't mean to be
exactly.
weird. I'm just
Yeah,
trying not to like, you know. And so I get into
yeah,
this cycle of just like, you know,
yeah,
I feel it, man.
yeah,
It happens.
Sag.
I think I
yeah,
just act. I don't act cold. I exist.
Yeah,
Right.
that's basically how I feel
yeah,
like to be honest. I just
yeah.
exist.
Honestly, yeah,
Whatever I have. I mean, I don't really treat. I treat everyone kind of the same, but that's what I try to
mhm,
do. So like,
yeah. I mean that's the
uh,
goal, isn't it? Right? To
yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
that's what I hope to do
but
is
like
treat everyone
I yeah,
equally.
I mean that's the thing. It's like physically you do that, but like I think for me and Kevin, it like the mental game can be real
Yeah,
sometimes,
I mean, again,
especially when
I
we're just
thought,
like caught with our pants down, you know.
but again, it's like this thing. I talked about
Mhm.
this with Brian and Um, it's that like idea of like if you look at someone's eyes for like a certain amount of time,
Oh
you
Yeah,
my!
like them, and like that's why I don't like looking people in the eyes as
yeah.
well.
Anymore, anymore.
I
That's what,
find it so funny because I was like, Kevin stare there for eight
dude,
seconds. He couldn't even last 2 seconds, man.
dude,
Yeah,
because it feels
we
so
can't.
like I
Kevin,
don't,
I can't. Yeah, Kevin, I can't.
because I can't look at someone's eyes anymore.
Yeah,
Because again, it's that idea of that like these people I don't want to look at them
romanticize or
in a very
fantasize. Yeah,
romanticized light. I just want to look at them normally.
like people. Yeah, and the best way to do that right now is yeah,
Yeah.
because like man, Tanaka, we love the anime, but goddamn, has it like planted that seed.
I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people that are listening to them, like normal, not normal people.
Yeah, dude, they're probably cringing at us, being like, "The fuck
Yeah,
is wrong with you, man? Just be
yeah,
normal." Or like everyone
yeah.
does that, man. But like to me, it's just like,
I think cut us
man,
some slack.
I
Yes.
want to view everyone as normal and then look at them in a romantic light once I get to understand them more.
True. Exactly. Exactly.
Um, I think. I mean. I feel like it's a weird process. Also at the same time, like I think it's okay
Yeah.
because
Yeah, evidently it
we're
is.
still teens, man.
Yeah, and it's also the fact that like people have ulterior motives all the time anyways,
All the
right?
time.
And
Yeah.
like it's also the idea where it's like, bro, this isn't fucking anime where like you come out as friends and then oh my god, you finally realize you have feelings for each other. Well,
Yeah,
in real
sometimes
life,
people just
people
shoot their
sometimes just
shot. Yeah,
like each other already, and that's
yeah,
why they
they
talk.
just shoot their shot and then go off, and it's like,
So
yeah,
I
like,
mean, actually, now that I think about it, I think, uh, me personally, I get what you mean by that. I personally find nothing wrong with like people starting to talk to each other because they like each other. But anime really ruined that perspective where it's just like that moment when friends realize they like each other, and I feel like, oh man, that's also like a valid, really nice moment to have.
yeah.
yeah,
But like, dude, watching so much slice of life anime has ruined my social life.
yeah,
And like, yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but Jesus Christ, anime has like shown me that, whew, man, I have anxiety, I have social problems, and I'm like, I'm okay with it, but it's just
yeah,
like I feel kind of bad,
yeah,
cause like I don't want to be awkward, and I know like I can be a good friend, but like, who the fuck would want to talk to me? Not in a like a sad, depressing way, but in a I'm so awkward, and my first impression is going to be awkward, right?
yeah. No, say, I mean, I still suffer to that to this day. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like
Yeah,
it is a bit nice though when I find someone that equally is like, I find people sometimes, because it is hard. There's not a lot of people I can meme with, and if I find some random person and I start memeing with them and they have the same like humor, I'm like, oh yo, bet. I
Mm.
don't have to like act so polite around them. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like the walls that you put up first, but then like once you test the water and the other person like has the same, they understand you, so you never want to like send them a meme and then the person's like question mark and you're like, oh no,
Ah,
time to die.
shit.
you burn that free.
I
You
like that's
burn
how
that.
society has come down to.
Yeah.
Whether or not you like my meme or not, will you laugh at it? It's like that thing where it's like, yo, bro, it gets better. I swear, when you're like showing a friend a
Please
video and
no.
they never laugh.
I
Yeah,
can't.
and it's just like, yeah, okay, well,
Yeah. This is also why a lot of my friends are like from middle school still.
yeah,
Because I can't make friends. I
yeah,
can't.
I know exactly what, dude. I mean, it's kind of why I'm somewhat hesitant to call my college friends friends when I feel like they're more acquaintances sometimes, you know? Because it's like I don't think I've truly like I don't think we've truly understood each other, you know, or
Yeah.
like got to know each other like properly. Whereas like my high school friends who I'm still with to this very day are like basically know me inside out. Like even the ones who I haven't talked to in a year, I guarantee you, like, a few of them are just like, yeah, how's it going, man? Still the same as ever, or like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, social life, man, it's rough.
It's hard.
For
How do people
or
do it?
yeah, is it like that thing with adults where it's like we don't know how we do it, we just do
I
it?
mean, if like Watsukoi showed me anything, it just happens sometimes.
Yeah, true.
And then there you go, anime taking over my
the
life again.
the requirement is that you, of course, you need a childhood friend.
True, true, true. You get fired from your job, kid. But yeah,
Mm.
it's like, man, Sag.
Yeah.
Because like to me, it's also like was it, like sometimes I just wish it would just like appear like anime, just like that one event.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like that's like also like, man, I'm influenced too much by anime.
Yeah, it do be like
Anime
that.
has been a blessing and a curse.
Yep.
Made me not
Yep.
depressed as much, but definitely
Um,
ruined my interactions with other people because how awkward I am.
um,
It is accentuated that awkwardness.
Amplify. It's a
Amplify.
multiplier.
I
Yo,
mean, considering the interactions I've had with people, yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
yeah. Even like I can't even like talk to like people in my school that talk about anime. I
Hmm.
just feel so weird because it's just like,
Yeah,
how much anime do you know, and do you care to know what I know? You know?
I will say it can be some like complete hell in like some of my film classes, and I mentioned it before, but it's just it's like, oh, like have you seen this movie? That's like what's it, live action American Hollywood production, right? Or like Universal Studios or whatever, right? And I'm like, no, not really. It's like, oh yeah, well what are your favorite things? I'm like,
Uh,
Girls on Panzer.
They're like,
It's like, what's
what?
that? You don't want to know.
yeah.
Maybe ease them into anime first before you or something.
Well, I gotta answer honestly if they're asking me what my favorite show is,
Oh, favorite show. Thought they mean
or
like, what
like,
do you like?
yeah.
That's a
I mean, it's like like yeah, it's also just like I talk about things in an anime context, and sometimes it doesn't work when you're talking about film in a way. It's not saying that like film and anime are not mutually exclusive, but the way it's taught can be, you know?
Hmm.
Like I remember what's it? I mean the like oh yeah, my screenwriting class for example. It's like, oh, they're like these established genres and there are tropes in that genre. And yes, there are those, but like anime tries to break those conventions like constantly, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes like I'll look at like a fantasy and like the definitions and tropes that we put up there, and it's like that's just not like yes those are fantasy elements, but that doesn't make it a fantasy, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can easily turn it into something else or twist it in a way that subverts the genre, you know?
Mhm.
mm,
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
like it can be somewhat depressing because no one kind of gets that perspective, or no one speaks up and talks about that perspective. Might be a better way of
Yeah.
phrasing it.
I mean, for me, cause like high school, there's a lot of people that do watch anime, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
But like, it's like, man, I don't, yeah, like I don't watch their shows, right? And
Yeah.
when I do, it's like I don't want to like go up and be like, "Yo, I watch anime and that's like my personality."
Mm.
But it's like
right.
also like, what other personalities do I even have? I'm kind of just a
Yeah.
normal guy.
What do you adopt from there? Yeah.
I mean, even if I like you call anime my personality, I don't even know like as much anime, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you tell me what year fucking JoJo was made, I don't fucking know. Or like, how about like, do you know the premise of Cowboy Bebop? I'm like, kinda. Like I just kind of just watch it to watch it.
Yeah.
I
Just
don't
watch
aim to
whatever.
like get the knowledge of the
Yeah.
like itty bitty things. I just wanna
Yeah.
consume
We
it.
don't aim to. Yeah. Hmm.
Well, I of course like we aim to make it, but that's
Yeah.
like another rabbit hole,
But
right?
we don't aim to like what's it to join a fandom via like anime. That just kind of happens along the way, you know.
Yeah, I just really plan on just like I'd rather not care about dates and more care about the processes that go in it, that sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Mm.
And
And
like
the meaning
that
that comes
like I
into
feel
it.
like the only way I learned that is to really do it. And so like when someone talks to me, I don't know the fuck you're talking about sometimes when you talk about anime.
Uh,
So I'm very boring as a person, and that doesn't also help me trying to,
Yeah,
you know,
like it's funny you mentioned that actually because it's like I feel the same way in the sense that like the only personality I could give myself is that I want to make an anime studio.
yeah,
oh
and
man. Yeah, no, I feel
And
that.
that's kind of what I have adapted my life to, which I have and I've committed to, and like verbally on multiple occasions. But like, it's kind of weird because it's like, yeah, I do have a life outside of it. I try to incorporate it into my goal, but some like it's like in a tangential like relationship, you know. Like yeah, I like playing video games. I like doing other stuff too. I practice kendo for God's sake. Not all of that is applied to anime. But again, it just be like that. Otherwise, I'm just a very dull kind of person.
yeah,
Mm.
Doesn't like interacting with people, or at least I like to interact with people. I just don't like you know doing the first move.
Damn, this episode has gotten really depressing, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, or at least very socially awkward at the
Don't mind
very
me to be reading romantic manga.
least.
But
Uh,
I mean, before it gets any depressing, shall we just wrap it up, boys?
yeah. I mean, do we want to have it like at least end it off with like maybe a happy note or something?
No.
Well, there we
No.
go. There we have it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, hey, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
How about this? How about
Man.
this? We can do something. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
We will let's make a sentence, right? But
Mhm.
each one of us will say a word, okay?
Oh, okay, okay.
And hopefully we'll end on a happy note. And the order will be me, and then you, Brian, okay?
Well, okay.
And the first word will be you.
R
Valid.
So
I
Care.
about
you.
Wholesome.
yay!
That's not a
Yeah.
sentence.
Wow.
What do you mean? Wait, what do we even say?
Yeah,
You are
wait, no,
valid, so
what
I
did you-
care about you.
Yeah.
Wholesome.
Wholesome. Yeah, that's wholesome.
All right, here. Let me start again.
We are disgusting. I swear to God.
The
Oh, is it me? Word
For
you.
is
B
What
what? Wait.
is
B.
B? What? What
No,
kind
no,
of
continue,
sentence is
continue. B is multiple words.
Okay.
that? Like
Uh.
God?
have you heard of the hit game?
Oh
I
my
was trying to
God.
get for today today's sponsor.
Okay.
Okay,
Um,
final one. Brian, you start. You start
Yeah.
this time.
Okay. One
Day
I
shall
B
wear
you.
R.
That's
no, what kind of sentence?
Anyways, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it
Okay.
up.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to do the outro one at a time?
Okay, hold on, real quick, before we get on. That can be either interpreted as really creepy or an homage to How to Train Your Dragon. One of the
No, I
pick your
actually just
poison.
that sentence does not make it through my brain. I didn't.
All
Alright,
right,
let's wrap it up, jeez.
All right. Thanks for listening, y'all. Ikigai is the reason for being. I thought you guys were gonna follow up. Okay.
no.
You guys,
No.
it's the reason for being. For some reason, you are just listening to three plus ramble for like literally an hour and a half about how depressing our lives is. That's okay because you're here now. You made it to the end. Thanks for listening. I'm signing off.
Hey, it's Brian signing off.
Kevin, I'm signing off, and thank
You.
You.
for
Or,
watching. For watching.
yeah.
Holy.
Oh my God. Okay. Alright, see you next month, everyone. Bye.